Hey guys, Sherm here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Porsche Carrera GT at 5 stars in multiplayer in Asphalt 9. Thank you to Ra1NMan for these races. Now, this car has completely maxed top speed, with all epics applied as well, so this car will go the fastest that it can possibly go. But there aren't epics on the other 3 stats. Other than that, though, it is completely maxed. Unfortunately, I do not think I will be able to get this car. I'm at 37 out of 45 blueprints. I've looked through the event, and there's really nothing else that I can find to do, so I'm going to be stuck pretty close. The reason for that is because, well, I don't have the 911 GT1. I don't feel like playing 500 races in that daily event because I still have college even during this time because it's gone online at this point, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I don't have that car, neither do I have the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Now, there's a pack that gives you those cars. Now, I tried buying quite a few, actually, of the 750 token packs of those, and I basically wasted like 3,000 tokens on those because I was hoping for at least some of the blueprints for those cars, and I almost always got a bunch of Porsche 918 blueprints, which I already have completely maxed, and I was basically getting no blueprints for the 911 GT1 or the 911 GT3 RS in there, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get this car. But of course, I still wanted to have a video about it for you guys, and I'm sure some of you may be wondering how it does in comparison to the other high-end B-Class cars. Well, when it first came out and I first saw these stats, I think I said that it could be the new King of Class B on some longer and straighter tracks because it has better stats than the Huracan in most ways, but its acceleration is not as good. Like, it's 3 miles per hour faster than the Huracan. It goes 225, whereas the Huracan goes 222. And yeah, however, its acceleration is 78 versus the Huracan's 84. That may not seem like a terribly huge difference, however, in practice, it's really big, because the thing is, because the Huracan is able to reach its top speed so much sooner than the Carrera GT, it actually makes up for its slightly lower speed on a lot of tracks, and the Carrera, even while going at max speed, can't really catch up to the Huracan. And although the Carrera GT's nitro stat is higher than the Huracan's, it actually does not last quite as long. Now, one way where this car is definitely better than the Huracan is in the drifting. It does drift better than that car, and it keeps better speed around the turns. So one place where the Carrera GT will do better than the Huracan is around the 360-degree turn on Nile River, and going the other direction on 1000 Minarets, which is actually one track where the Carrera GT can do slightly better than the Huracan due to having longer, straighter sections where it can catch up. But on most of the tracks, I still believe the Huracan will continue to be king of Class B alongside the Avia, which in turn is able to beat the Carrera GT on 1000 Minarets. So I'm not actually sure if there's any track where this car is actually the king of B-Class on. It's definitely really close to the top on a lot of them, but I really think that either the Avia or the Huracan will continue to be king on them, with this one coming in really close and 2, 3, 4 position perhaps on most tracks, but probably not completely king on any of them. That being said, it is a very fun car to drive. I've had the pleasure of driving this at max, and yeah, it actually feels better than the Huracan. It feels a lot more like the 911 GT3 RS, which, as you guys might know, is another very high-end B-Class car. However, it is not as fast as the Huracan. It goes 219 miles per hour at max, so then 5 miles per hour slower than this car here. But this car just feels very stable, very good overall. I just wish it had a bit better acceleration, so it would actually be useful in events then, because right now, I don't really see a whole lot of use for it, which is why I'm not terribly disappointed at not being able to get it, because, I mean, goodness, at 1 star, there's not really much I could do with it anyway of use, but yeah, it's alright. I'll be able to get it later, hopefully. I mean, other special event cars have come out in the Legend Store or in packs later after their special events. I mean, gosh, we can even get the Regera and Sheeran blueprints in the Legend Store now, so I'll be able to get this car eventually, so I'm really not all that worried about it. I'm more annoyed at the Ferdinand's Legacy drop rates than anything, but let's not get back to that. So now we've got a race on the US Midwest. So far, Ra1NMan has been able to pull out the victories in all of them so far because, well, most other people aren't going to have 5-starred their Carrera GT. I can't imagine that was cheap to do, and this route he's taken here, I sometimes do do and sometimes don't. You see, while it may be slightly faster than going to the left, it can be significantly riskier, and I know some players who go that way most of the time still occasionally have troubles with hitting the side, then either hitting the train or flying in a weird direction. Just going to the left, while it may be slightly slower, just seems to be better overall, and I have beat people because I've gone to the left and they've gone to the right and wrecked. However, then, on the other hand, if people go to the left and they do it well, they could end up a little bit further ahead of me. So it really just depends on what you feel most comfortable doing. I have gone to the right sometimes in multiplayer, but mainly I've been trying it in events just to see if I can get really good at it. In that race, Ra1NMan beat an even higher ranked Porsche Carrera GT, which is not something that I really saw much in these videos, because that would mean that you'd have to have even more epics, which most people are not going to have. So on Monday this week, I uploaded my 30,000 subscriber special, a Q&A with my girlfriend. Go check that out if you haven't already, but what's interesting is that Aris hit 30K the next day, and he also did a girlfriend reveal and a Q&A with her. Now, we did not plan that. I posted about the idea first on my Discord and YouTube community, and then he made a video where he said that he was going to do it, and he said that he had actually not seen my post before then, which is kind of interesting and coincidental. But what else is interesting is that on the same day when Aris did his, Davey504, who some of you might watch, I do, he made also a video with his girlfriend, so that seems to be an interesting trend going on right now. But thank you again, guys, for all the support. My YouTube channel is actually over 5 years old at this point, and not once during those 5 years have I missed more than 4 days in uploading a video. So I plan to continue to do that for as long as I can. So do not fear, channel's not going anywhere. I want to continue to grow it, and of course let me know if you ever have any suggestions about that. Asphalt 9 multiplayer videos will continue to be the main priority, but of course I'll throw in a few other things here and there. People have asked me when I'm going to make more NFS Heat videos. And see, that game, I bought it more to play casually than anything else. I don't really go hardcore in that game. I just play it when I'm bored for the most part. I got the 2018 Mustang GT, if that is something you guys would want to see. And I also considered, so the Crew 2, which I did buy a while back, again, have not played much of it. I think I just made one video about it. They added the Shelby GT500 to it. I also thought about trying to get that car in that game and make a video about that, because it's one of the only games to my knowledge right now that actually has that car in it. And I just think it would be cool to try it in a game before Asphalt 9 gets it. So yeah, just a couple of ideas thrown out there that perhaps could come in some other games in the near future. And here Ra1NMan has a very close battle with this other Carrera GT here. It's a yellow one, which actually goes very well with purple. It's opposite on the color wheel, meaning that it goes very well with it. And so that's why I use it on my thumbnails with the text and everything. Ra1NMan comes in second place, but it is extremely close, and that Carrera GT was actually at a higher rank. This race is against another 5-star Carrera GT, and all of these races were recorded in the Carrera GT season, if you didn't notice by all the Carrera GTs. But it looks like a very fun season, and more competitive than Rush season would be. Now, I'm actually trying to get to Platinum League in Rush season this season, because yeah, I haven't even done that in some of the recent seasons. But the reason for that is because I'm trying to get some races in a car that I should have done a max review about a long time ago, but somehow never did. The McLaren P1. Also, I might get some races in some other A-Class cars that I might not have done as well, but that's the main one. I want to get that done because it feels so incomplete not having done that one. That's probably like one of the last cars out of the original ones in the game that I have not made a fully starred review out of. I know the Challenger SRT8 is also one of those. Unfortunately, that car is so bad that whenever I try to go into multiplayer with it, it just gets absolutely destroyed. I don't know, maybe that would make for an interesting video just to show how terrible it is. We'll see though, I want to do that as well. In that race, he comes in first ahead of this other 5-star Carrera GT, and now it's time for a final one with somebody who has the special event decal for it. I don't think I've seen that before. So this one is also a bit higher ranked, but again, just a few epics. These epics really do not make a whole lot of difference in the car's performance, and they're really just to give you that little bit extra boost, especially in events, to get that little bit better time, because you know how crowded the times can get up there. Also, epics can be used as barriers to entry in special events, as we have seen many times. I think that's what Gameloft uses them most for nowadays. So now it's time for my general review of this car. I think it is a worthwhile one to go for, to try to get in the special event, if you don't have to spend a crazy amount of tokens for it, like I would have to because these packs are giving me terrible luck. But it's got an okay speed for its class, better than the Huracan and the 911 GT3 RS, but not as good as the Avia or the Apollo N. Its nitro efficiency is very good, its drifting and handling are very good, its acceleration is probably its weakest point, only being at 78, but it's a fun car to drive overall. Thank you to Ra1NMan for these races, and thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt and other games content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!